We are live. So yeah, push this. Okay, we are live. Thank you for tuning in to today's live broadcast. I've got Lamine here, and that's my guest today, and I'm your host, Mr. D. So today, Lamine, what are we gonna talk about?
Oh my
I've been
God.
wanting to have you on this podcast for some time. So what do you
Th
want to talk
th
about today?
Thanks for having me. A lot to talk about. A
Okay.
lot.
You were saying that you want to talk about like when you get to your 40s and living life. I don't know. Is it panic? What did you say? What's the word that you use for
Life now is quite interesting.
when you
Because
get to 40s?
40, that's a different age. When
What
you're
are
in
the
your
challenges?
30s,
What are the challenges when you get to 40s?
it's more
You're thinking about your legacy?
legacies or no, I'm just thinking about how to go self-sustainable, trying to live a positive life. Because you go back on 40, you'll be like, I've done a lot of mistakes before, and then now it's time to rectify yourselves. Because we now
So
got
that's the
children.
last
You got children there.
opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than the opportunity, but it's a time of lesson for us in that age. You know what I mean? So how to go ahead is quite a different way for other different people. For myself, I
So what
try.
are the challenges of a 40-year-old
A lot. It could be
man?
physical. 40-year-old, it could be physical,
Yeah.
depression.
Oh, you have healthcare. You have healthcare.
No, I'm
No,
okay
no,
physically,
no, no. I
but
said those are the challenges.
yeah, you can. You
You
can.
have healthcare. So when you're 40, did you realize that you visit your doctors a lot more when you hit the
Yeah, then you
40s?
start concentrating on those sort of things.
Right.
Definitely
Right.
right on
Okay.
that.
Usually I say that the golden rule is when you get to 40, you either have to get a subscription for the gym
Yeah,
or you get a subscription to your GP.
definitely. Because
So
you
which
can't.
one do you choose?
I would rather be on the gym side and try and get myself going
Right.
than
Okay.
looking back on everything and you're like, okay, I've done a lot in the last 10, 15 years, which is in
Yeah.
your 25 going to 35, and then you know what I mean? Then the kids are involved, how you maintain yourself. And yeah, we try to move on.
Right.
We
Okay.
do, we have to try and move on.
So in terms of relationship,
Of course, that's a good one.
is relationship one of the biggest dis I mean like it's like
It's
a biggest
complicated.
pandemic for a man's endeavor for the man's
It can be.
career life and
It can be. Relationships always
because
have
I've seen some men that have been destroyed by
by
women. I
relationships.
mean,
I have
if
been.
you're a man
But
and you've not dodged bullets or you've not gone through that, that means
we,
you're not
we,
a man.
we all lift our hands up. We
Hmm.
all do. Because relationship at the age of 40, if you look at it, most of us, I'll take myself as an example.
Hmm.
My relationship didn't work.
Didn't work.
So it never worked. So I can tell to myself now, what can I do to improve myself?
Hmm.
But then it's not just a
So
relationship.
are you pro? Do you have any specific race or any specific um
For
for relationship?
no,
Any preferences?
as long as I mean, you like the person, they like you. Doesn't matter who they are, where they're from. Life is
I tell you,
how you make it. You
right? Okay.
totally
Do
can
do
make
you
it.
believe in polygamy?
Polygamy, no, I don't like to have. No, I never.
This guy said to me the other day. He said, if you love yourself,
Mhm.
get more than one wife. If you don't love yourself, get stuck with one.
I think I'd rather stuck with one. Because I
You
take an
will?
example of my own life because my father had more than one wife.
He had more than one,
Yeah.
and he
So
didn't live. He didn't live a
so
peaceful life.
me, I do not want to go through that.
He didn't live a peaceful life.
I didn't. I don't think so.
You don't
Nobody
think
can
so?
live a. You can't. I mean, I think that generation
Is
has
your father
gone.
still alive?
Yes, he's doing well.
And he's complaining
Mm.
about his
Wife,
his many
not
wives.
complaining because he's tried to do his best for
Yeah.
them. But the mentality during those days and now is quite different. So
Okay.
if I
So
can't
you stick to
handle
one
one
wife.
woman, I don't think I'll want to go for two women.
Is
So
that two?
I would rather stay
Does it
with
mean
one.
two women? Does that mean two troubles?
That's more than two troubles, bro.
That's more than two
That's
troubles.
more than two
So
troubles.
three women
We
is
can't listen. We can't just believe that relationships for women is just to have more than one woman. It doesn't work that way for women also. So men, we make mistakes, but I think sometimes we also need to look at the bigger picture because women will not have it.
Women will not have that.
No,
Oh, he's there.
you know,
I think he's there.
is it?
I think he's there.
Let me get it. 1
Uh,
second, everybody. So
yeah,
I'll stick with one wife.
I don't know whether you managed to open it, but if you manage to open it, also do you have to try and manage to close it? I should have gone downstairs, to be honest. Right, we have I got my guest there. The guy's gone out. Because I've got another guest there, Carmen. Right, so as you see there, when you get to the age of 40, there's a lot of challenges, and this is what we want to talk about here for men. You certainly want to do like an evaluation of your life to see where you are, where you're going, and what you've done wrong, how you can redeem yourself, and how you can actually fix the several mistakes that you've done. And single one of us has done some mistakes, and this is all about evaluating these. So Liam is gonna give us like give us like 3 minutes.
Yeah, Liam is back.
Yes, give us like 3 minutes, right?
Mr. Liam is back.
Give us 3 minutes. We finish this one,
Okay.
then we're gonna do one. The three of us, yeah. So sorry about that, guys, for all noise and stuff. So you were saying that you will stick to one wife, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a policy like what is it? Retirement thing. What do you call it?
Pension.
Extra pension. Do you do private pension?
No.
So what do you do with your money? Do you invest your money in Africa, like in buying assets, having asset there in Africa, like land and stuff?
You could, but the marketing in Africa is quite also different these days. So
Is it volatile, the market in Africa?
It can be.
See, one of the problems that I see with Africa is that you can invest money in certain things,
yeah,
but from one day to another, you can just lose everything.
That's what I'm saying. So the
somebody richer comes and bribe people and then get your lands.
It depends on the bigger offer. But the best thing, my advice for people trying to get lands in Africa, do your best yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Go view what you're getting.
Okay.
First.
Go and view what you're getting.
And then
yes.
Make sure you get the right paperwork for everything you pay for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another thing. But definitely there are good people that are good on marketing.
Yeah, but in my country like Cameroon, the paperwork of the land doesn't mean nothing no more.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
People have been kind of.
That's what I'm saying.
I've lost lands when they have the correct papers.
Yep. I've got friends that did that mistake last couple of years. So since then I was like, okay. But my advice.
What about people who build a house there?
You can.
But you don't live there.
Yeah, some rent it out. I know people that live in England here.
Yeah, but sometimes they build massive houses that looks like American type of houses, or footballers' houses that cannot be exploited in that sense. Meaning that you will struggle to find somebody who will rent that. Even a minister, even like a government minister or whatever.
It's quite different in Africa because I'll be honest with people. The government is quite different.
Yeah.
And the people bringing in the businesses are also quite individual, independent people.
What about people there when somebody is not paying rent or stuff? You tell them
the same law.
They don't pay rent and you don't have much to do.
The same law, and then but
you can't do much. You can't. And then in the middle of the night they just disappear with all the arrears.
That's what I'm saying. So,
and then you just say, "Thank God, the house is empty now. I can get somebody in."
The worst thing we have in Africa.
In Africa, yeah, that's the cancer of Africa, corruption.
Because the government ignores.
So when do you start preparing your return to Africa? When? Is that the age of 40?
I've got my children are grown ups now, so my plan will be going and coming.
Oh, going and coming.
Yeah.
So you want to have half,
I've
spend
lived my
50
life.
50.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's my plan because at the end of the day, my life is here also.
Your life is here.
So I cannot just.
But you live two lives.
That's what I'm
You've got
saying.
lands there. You've got properties
got
there.
to.
You've got people there
Yes.
that you pay for the healthcare. Remember, the African diaspora
Mhm.
is the African, the social service for Africa.
I know, but these are the things happening because, like, for me, I've been doing a lot of charity work before.
Okay.
Okay, so my plan for this year, next year, going up,
Mhm.
will be also helping here.
Okay.
So I'm trying to establish a new charity,
A new charity here in the
which will
UK.
be non-government.
Non-governmental
Yes, so
charity.
I'm
Yeah.
independent and work along with my priorities are trying to improve health services in Africa,
Yeah.
schools.
That's very important. Yes.
So, but I also feel for the women in Africa. So I'm trying to see how many more organizations that are out here that would like to work with me, going to Africa and then coming back.
Okay.
So which means we could be experiencing. I mean, sharing.
So
something.
you have one child here, is it?
I've got 4 kids born in England.
4.
Yeah.
Born in
Still married
England.
to- my wife is British. I'm still married to my wife, not divorced. So
Yeah. And how many boys you got? How many girls?
I've got 3 boys, and then I've got the 2 girls. So I've got altogether
Right.
5 kids.
So how old is the oldest?
He's
21?
18.
18.
Yep,
Okay.
18. Bigger than me now, and I'm looking at.
Has any of your kids been to Africa?
They do. I've took them before, and my plan right now with my son is to go taking him back to Africa before January. That's the plan.
Right. Okay.
He has not been to Africa for about 10 years.
For 10 years.
So really, he's been now. He want me to take him. So
Right.
really,
And what about the younger ones? They're not up over
they will be. I think they all want to go, but
Right,
it will be
okay.
cheaper to go with 1 or 2 at the first time,
rather than
and then I can go
taking the whole team.
Because if I had to take all of them, that would be a lot of expense.
So it's quite. You're saying that your wife, you're not divorced yet. Are you separated?
Yeah, separate.
Right. So it's quite bizarre. Not bizarre, but it's strange that this particular wife of yours is not taking you through the nightmare that other men are going through, which is like you can't see your kids.
I have been through it.
You've been through that.
I am going through it now.
You've overcome that.
I am trying to, but the law is also there. I've done my best. I've been to
So the
court.
18-year-old, does he need his mom permission to see
No,
you?
he comes and see me anytime he wants. I can call him now. He just meet me.
You got, and then the second one, how
the
old?
younger
16?
one, I see them, but not
As
all the
often as
time.
you would like to
Yeah.
do.
So
So
that's something that
what's the mental kind of impact that has? How does that
it
affect your
destroyed any human being.
any human
I
being?
love women. I want any woman not to. I mean, I wish women don't use those sort of ways.
And what's so funny with women is that when you're with a woman, right,
Mhm.
she'll be telling you about the next door neighbor or her one of her friend that stopped the dad from seeing the kids and say that is wrong, that is not acceptable,
know.
and I will never do this to a man because this is terrible. But as soon as you split up,
Yeah, you also get the same penalty.
you're gonna get the same penalty.
This is what I'm saying. It's like
How do you understand that?
It's sad because
She says
we
so-
the men we don't have the support. The only
Yeah,
support.
yeah, that's true.
I've been to court.
Yeah.
My advice was.
And then
to
even when you
give
go to
space.
court, women don't respect the court decisions.
No, it's what they said that will is more.
They can sabotage the court decision
Yeah,
and not
but
consequences. There's no consequences.
That's the mistake because some men are really good parents than women also. I
Yeah.
don't judge women. I know some women.
Yes, I
are
made a
really
lot of
good
podcasts
mothers,
about women struggling to raise boys,
but the
young
system,
young boys.
yeah, but the system they use the system against fathers more than
Okay.
they should be. That's something that I think people need to look into.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can stop a father, fair enough, if they're not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to a child and the father, or parents and their children, it's different.
So
Things
you
can change. But a lot of good fathers are out there.
and
we don't have the
desperate for-
opportunity
Yeah.
to do the difference we can.
Yes.
I've come to terms with that. Try to tell my wife. I said, look, I will never fight you against anything.
I did,
All I
say,
wanted-
I did say that to my baby mother. I said I would take
I
it to
won't.
court.
I said to her, I said,
If
"Look,
you
I'm
stop
not
them,
even-"
but have the courage to tell them
Yeah,
when they
you
grow
did.
up that you did
You
stop
did.
them.
You did. I'm
You
glad
did stop the
my
fight.
son realized that now.
Yeah.
And he's 18 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's
It
a
was
man.
Emotionally, when we first met.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can see the feeling. But yeah, the government need to. I think the law need to be changed a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because
I think the law says that we are the same. We have the same right, but
no,
it's the
no, you
practice
don't,
that's
you don't, you
different.
don't. I've spent over 2.5 to 3 years in court here fighting for my kids, which I'm glad I've tried. I
Okay.
went through the book, I've gone
Mm-hmm.
into the court
Mm-hmm.
department, I've been through social services, I've done the father's course to try and
Mm-hmm.
improve myself, just to
Mm-hmm.
make sure she understood. But some can be deadly useful. Women use all means if they don't want to make any contacts. But
Mm-hmm.
that destroy the child,
Mm-hmm.
not just the father. So these are something that really people need to discuss more and see better future, how we can change the
Mm-hmm.
narrative against parenting. I mean, so I feel for myself and I'm still doing my best. But we need to improve and we need to talk openly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've met a lot of moms that are very good women.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I met women that will not use those sort of strategies
Yeah.
towards their ex-partners too.
For revenge.
Yeah, but
It's kind of revenge.
majority of women will
We'll use that.
deadly forces, and it destroys a lot.
Amen. Yeah.
It destroys a lot.
And it destroys the children too. There's the children missing out on this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It
On
destroys a lot. It's not
the
just me.
man's.
I'm feeling it. I can't sleep.
Yeah.
It depresses you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not a criminal. Not
You
that
know.
you're violent to the woman. That's an evidence to prove that I'm a violent man towards my wife. No.
Yeah, but sometimes they use that too. So
That's
they'll
what I'm
make
saying. But that's what
false
they said.
allegation. They'll make false allegation
That's what happened in my
to
case.
to
And
help
I had
them.
to prove that
Yeah.
at court, which I am glad I did.
Mm-hmm.
But in the other hand, you're looking at what effects have I got out of it? Definitely, I am still having the effects.
Mm-hmm.
I still have it. You know what I mean? But then, if you think about the whole situation, then you think of the children, how they feel.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I hope parenting can be changed. You know what I mean? And think people can talk more openly for 50-50. They say that's 50-50, fair enough. But
More
a
in
lot of
practice.
cases need to be looked into properly. And I hope we can improve locally.
So that's where we'll end this podcast. We would like to thank you for tuning in on. The debate will continue in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe. We will have Lamin again on this podcast. He's also someone that will bring us some good topics and understanding of Africa, and a lot of interaction between Africa and the UK, United Kingdom, and
a lot more to talk about.
We have a lot of topics to talk about.
We can all do a lot of good things together. Positive.
We will see you in the next podcast, next one. Please like, share, and comment, and subscribe. So see you in the next podcast in a little moment. Feel free to join the debate. Give us suggestion. Give us suggestion about topics you would like us to discuss, and everything that you would like to see in the podcast, and we'll try and accommodate that into our daily journey. So we'll see you soon. Take care.